Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from, whenever you're tuning in, everybody. It's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Today is Friday, March 29th. Good Friday. Hope you're doing well. We're going to get started with today's live stream here momentarily. We'll give it another minute or so for people to jump on. A little bit of a last minute heads up with regards to this live stream. So we'll give it another minute or so for people to jump on. I see we have some people joining. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. It's Good Friday, March 29th. Hope you're doing well. Smash the like if you are joining the live stream, and also let us know where you're tuning in from. Hello, hello. All right, we have some people rolling in now. We got about a dozen people joining the stream. Give it another 30 seconds or so, and then we'll get things kicked off. All right, you fantastic human beings, smash that like button, please. We're going to get started here in about 15 seconds. Texas, nice. I haven't been. I gotta go. Hearing that's the new tech hub. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but we'll see. Hope you're doing well, Jem Losi. New Brunswick, nice. Close to my hometown, Summerside, Prince Edward Island. Actually had lots of family living in New Brunswick for a while, including my brother, so thank you for joining the stream. Chris from California. Oh, I know you, Chris. Thanks for joining. Catalysts are everywhere. Absolutely. It's an exciting time. Couple dozen people now. Wow, that was quick. Not hard to tell we have lots of interest in Tilray. Hey, Rod from Montreal. Nice. Comment ça va? Thank you, my man. You bet. Ok, on va commencer la vidéo. Edmonton, nice. My hometown where I currently reside. Awesome. Truly the best MJ culture. Edmonton is the best city with regards to, I think it's just an awesome city, and the MJ culture here is just fantastic. And we got McDavid. All right, let's get things kicked off. I'm excited. Happy Friday, everybody. It's March 29th. Good Friday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Markets were closed today, obviously, but we're going to do an earnings prep video for Tilray. They have earnings coming up in a couple of weeks. So we're going to take a look at that, and then we'll take a look at the chart. I'll give some technical analysis, my thoughts and opinions on the price action, the days, weeks, months ahead. And then we'll go over some estimates, what to expect for analyst estimates. They're all pretty much coming in line with one another. So it's going to be interesting to see if this actually comes to fruition, because, like I said, all the analysts that I track, normally they're all over the place. Like it's like 10 billion, give or take, and everybody's expecting the same thing, which is pretty cool when you think about it. But before we get started, make sure to smash like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, and you should never ever buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or anything that I write, right? I'm just a retail investor like each and every one of you. This is my own thoughts and opinions. You should buy something because you want to buy it and you've done the due diligence, and same thing with regards to selling, right? So as always, this isn't financial advice, but I do own Tilray. It's my biggest holding in my MJ portfolio. If you haven't seen my MJ portfolio 2024 update with percentages, you can check that out. But we're going to go over the Q3 2024 earnings. We'll do an earning prep. If you're not familiar with these earnings preps, these new earning prep videos, essentially we just go over the analyst estimates. We get a consensus. We give you the revenue estimates, the EPS, earnings per share, and then I go over my thoughts and opinions on what to expect, and then I go over the chart and what to expect from technicals, right? Because if you're running super hard into earnings from a technical perspective, from a price perspective, if it's bad, if they miss estimates, the reaction is going to be bad and the downside could be bad. If we're crashing into earnings and the reaction is good and the earnings are good, then we could explode in price, right? But if we're just kind of flat hovering around, not doing much of anything, then obviously that plays a factor as well. So all of this helps us get prepped, and if anybody has any thoughts or opinions, let me know in the live chat, or if you're viewing this after the fact, let me know in the comment section below. You think they're going to miss, think they're going to beat, what other things did I miss, or should maybe mention. always love hearing from you. But got a banger of a video here for you today. So we're going to get started here. Got a lot of things I want to say and not a lot of time to say it. So make sure to follow us over on X as well, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Got a ton of followers, hundreds of followers over the last couple of months just as I've been promoting it. And I really like what's going on with X platform. So I really do appreciate all of the subscribers and likes and followers over there on X as well. Just posted a video today. This morning, I did an interview with Nevis Brands CEO John Keeber. 2023 earnings, U.S. reform, and international expansion was some of the topics. We had much more than that, though. It was about 47 minutes of absolute fantastic time. I had a great time. It was the #1 beverage brand in the U.S., so you got to check out that interview. It's fantastic. If it's a little bit too long, you can always speed it up, 1.5x speed. But yeah, I'm going to work on the timestamps a little bit later on today. But I highly encourage you to absorb all of it. All of the information in that interview was absolutely fantastic. And just as a heads up, I'm going to be giving a membership to the Powell Group private community that's valued at $149.99. I'm going to be giving this away for $420. I didn't give an updated one yet. I just pulled up a previous one that I did. This was for the 500K views on the channel. I'm actually closing in on 1 million views. I just hit north of 800,000 views on the channel. So when we hit 1 million, I'll do another giveaway. But this is going to be for $420, and that will be in just over three weeks from now. So in order to qualify, if you're viewing this video, if you're listening to my voice right now and hearing this promotion, all you need to do is go over to this video, which is the interview with Nevis Brands CEO John Keeber, and just put a comment in there. I'm going to do a random comment selector. So essentially, if you just comment anything, it doesn't allow duplicates, so you don't bother commenting multiple times. But if you just comment on that video, I will do the draw on 420, and I'll give away an annual membership to the Powell Group private community, where we do live streams for private members before the market close on Monday and Wednesday and Friday. And also that's basically where I hang out all the time. So you can get access to me as much as you can through that membership, right? And we have like 50 other members in there, all with strengths and weaknesses, right? We all have different strengths. So it's fantastic. It's basically a way for you to bounce buying and selling ideas off of people before you hit the buy or sell button. But as always, we're not financial advisors. Also, if you go to powmerge.ca, you can check out the merchandise there, and you can actually score a pretty sweet hat. I got the Tilray hat, repping that right now. I just posted a new one as well with TLRY at the front and the eagle back. So these are super popular and super nice quality as well. Really do appreciate all of the orders. Head over 20 orders. So I really do appreciate all the support. It really does help the channel, and really do. It goes a long way. Like I'm so humbled by the amount of people that have commented on my videos and continue to support me along the journey. And I'll be making videos. My promise to you is I will make videos on this space. We focus on Powell Group, Pursuit of Wealth. #1 focus is MJ stocks. Secondly, crypto and blockchain. I would say 80%, if not 90% of the content is focused on MJ. And my commitment to you as a retail investor is I will be making videos until the day that I die, and I will never be biased. I will give you, the most straight shot version of anything that I can provide, right? There's so much just false information out there today, and people just, with an ulterior motive pumping something because of a monetary value or whatever. You'll always trust that I will do what's best and, have the utmost integrity. So if you haven't seen this video, highly encourage you to go check that out. It was a fantastic time. So Tilray Brands Inc. to announce third quarter 2024 financial results on April 9th, 2024. I assume it's in the morning because the conference call is going to be, it didn't even actually say, the company was, it didn't actually say, which I found weird. But anyways, I digress. Third quarter 2024 earnings call is at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, so Eastern Time. So if it's at 8:30 a.m., it must be in the morning. So we should see the earnings come out somewhere around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, I would think, as people start to roll into the office. And then in terms of analyst estimates, and I'll be on that call as well. Absolutely, you can bet your bum that I'll be on there because, my #1 portfolio holding in MJ is Tilray, and in my opinion, the absolute best. If I could only own one MJ stock, it'd be Tilray. But if we take a look at the analyst estimates of one, again, if you're not familiar with these videos, essentially I go over all of the analyst estimates, I add them up, and then I divide them and get a consensus on Wall Street. So as of right now, we're expecting from investing.com, and then this is US dollars, 199.8 million. EPS, earnings per share, forecasted negative 0.0511, so they are expecting a loss from operations. And then if we bring up the trading view estimates, we're forecasting negative 0.05 for EPS, revenue 199.428 million. This is the closest I've seen any estimates ever, I think. In terms of revenue on Moomoo platform, we're expecting 199.432 million. That's based on 11 analysts, and based on 6 other analysts for EPS, we're expecting negative 0.053. So I went ahead and divided all of those by 3, added them up, divided. Wall Street consensus is 199.553 million in terms of revenue, and negative 0.05136 for EPS. So this is going to be interesting. I've never seen it that close before. So if this actually comes in at 199 million revenue and negative 0.05, I'm going to, I don't know. I'm probably going to jump for joy, because that's just too perfect. So we'll see what actually happens. But as you can see, we're gearing up for the first ever in history monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross on the monthly time frame, which is fantastic to see. We're seeing a ramp up in volume. CGC had record monthly volume, daily volume, weekly volume, which is what we want to see near the end of a bear market and potential start to a new bull market. And names like CGC are once darlings in the space, who are beaten down 99% from all-time highs. Essentially, when you see record volume coming in from those types of names in that type of scenario, that is a good sign that we're at the bottom. And Tilray, I think, is going to hit record monthly volume over the next few months. Mark my words. So this is looking fantastic. We've got so much reform, so much catalyst, so many things to be excited for. We have safer banking. We have uplisting the NYSE and the NASDAQ. We have rescheduling potentially to Schedule 3. We have Ohio recently come online. Florida should find out early next week on April 1st. Not an April Fool's joke. It should actually find out by then whether or not it's on the ballot. I think there's over a 90% chance it's on the ballot. We have Germany coming online April 1st. No, it's not an April Fool's joke. First pillar, not-for-profit, social clubs, possession. Then over the course of the next year or two, we're going to see for-profit, and Tilray Medical will benefit tremendously from Pillar 1, but then Pillar 2, it's just sky's the limit, right? So there's lots to be excited for. MJ Act up for review here in Canada. We could see an improvement to multiple different things, right, with regards to packaging, labeling, 10 milligrams to 100 milligrams. We could see excise tax from a flat fee to a percentage fee. We're talking somewhere around 10%. And then if you haven't seen the video, if you go to videos, I just posted that there was an interview with Irwin Simon, and he said that if this switches to a percentage excise tax fee, then we're going to see $70 to $80 million on their bottom line additional. And if they make $300 million, they pay about $150 million in excise tax. Organogram said about a third of their revenue. Same thing with Oxley, went to excise taxes. It's not a coincidence that you're seeing this potential news catalyst with regards to Canadian excise tax. At the same time, rescheduling the Schedule 3 is very possible and plausible, and also removal of 280E, which is another tax burden. So there's the reason why it's called puppet masters pulling the puppet strings, right? They dictate everything with regards to everything. They literally, it's all the world's the stage mentality is 1000% true. If you don't believe in it, just follow the finance, follow the money, right? Money talks. Follow the money. What runs the world? Money. So if you follow the money for any long period of time, you will realize that this world is 100%, 1000% like manipulated. If you look at Pfizer, they actually make Advil. Think about everything that happened over the last couple of years, and pandemic, whatnot. But April 16th, save the date, federal budget, percent excise tax. That's going to be the date where we see the federal budget come out in Canada, which very well could be the day where we find out whether or not it switches from a percent excise tax from a flat fee. So save that date. I'm excited. But moving on, Tilray, Redecan brand as well, they acquired from Hexo, launches new spring lineup. So they're going to be coming out with Space Age Cake Flour and also providing it in the hemp pre-rolls. And that's a cross between Girl Scout cookies and Snow Lotus. So can't wait to see that. But yeah, this is craft. Just wait. I always said wait till Hexo, wait till Tilray launches their craft. Plus they have Broken Coast, right? But like Redecan's like very, very cheap, right? Broken Coast pretty premium, but when it comes to like the actual quality, they're both Quad A, both very, very similar in terms of quality, and Redecan definitely more cheaper. Breckenridge Brewery also announced a special Denver Nuggets Championship Edition Mile High City Golden Ale. That's a mouthful, but all these amazing partnerships, right? Speaking of partnerships, Sweetwater Brewing launches Hammer, and new launches. They launched Hammer Red Amber Ale to support Georgia Aquarium. So I absolutely love Red Amber. I love amber ales, red beers, and I just can't wait to try more of these products. And like that's another growth catalyst as well. What if they start to bring some of these beverage brands in the alcohol segment into like Canada and stuff like that, right? Like we know they're behind Alpine as well, which like Canadians love Alpine, and it's just an exciting time all around. So we'll take a look at the chart and then we'll jump into the chat if anybody has any comments or questions. I do have limited time here. It's been about 15 minutes. Going to try to keep this around 30 minutes in length. But yeah, gearing up for the first ever monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. If we zoom into the monthly time frame here, you can see that we're very close to confirming a monthly uptrend. Cron just confirmed one as well, and VFF. If you haven't seen those videos, I did a video on that. But you can see we have our low, high, higher low compared to 150 there, the all-time low. We hit 160, and that was also a double bottom with the previous monthly higher low there at 161. So that was an awesome entry, right? Adding at 160 with a stop just below. You could even set your stop like 2 pennies below and you'd be up, 65%. So essentially risk like 1-2% to be up 65%. And the most likely scenario, right? Like ETFs, MSOS ETF confirming a monthly uptrend for the first time ever in history. Same thing with TrueLeave. And then monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull crosses potentially on deck. That was an absolute just steal of a deal, right? Adding at that, even with a short stop loss, would have been a great day trade, swing trade. But we're all about 340 resistance. If we break 340, we came pretty close. The high of this month in March was 264. So in terms of percentages, we came about 29% away from confirming a monthly uptrend. And I've been on record to say that I think, SNDL, high tide, probably going to confirm monthly uptrends before Tilray based on the amount of percentage we have to go to get there. Anything's possible. Nothing's a guarantee. The only guarantee in the financial markets is there is no guarantee. But at the end of the day, they're very close to seeing that happen, right? OGI, for one, is like the furthest away. Actually, CGC and like ACB, right? So Canopy and Aurora are the furthest because they were dropping to monthly lower lows. But OGI, this move's all coming off the low. They still need the higher low and the higher high. So we got at least, 2-3 months worth of work to do on OGI, whereas Tilray already has the low, high, and higher low. We just need the higher high. So if we take a look at a name like VFF, VFF just confirmed a monthly uptrend. So if we're looking at Tilray, I know it's a Tilray video, but just to show you what we need to see, we need to see the low, high of the bounce, higher low compared to this low, and the higher high. So we got the higher high this month on VFF, so monthly uptrend confirmed. Cron, low, high, higher low, and higher high. If you go to the YouTube channel as well, go to the community tab. I posted over a month ago all of the MJ monthly uptrends, and we can add to that now Cron and VFF. And HMMJ ETF in Canada, very close to doing it as well. But this was over a month ago. Cureleaf, AYR, one of the first to do so. Green Thumb, TrueLeaf, MSOS, IIPR, Verano, TerraSend, C21, Grown Rogue, and Nova MJ, all in monthly uptrends. Now add Cron and VFF to the lat list. And like I said, I think the next ones could be High Tide. I think High Tide will do it. Actually, did we do it? 230 and 227. So yeah, pretty much a double top. But yeah, High Tide, 3 pennies away from confirming a monthly uptrend. So I was correct in saying that. And then I thought SNDL next after that. And yeah, 236 and we hit 219. So High Tide looks poised to do it next, then SNDL, then Tilray. So all about 340 resistance. Break that, monthly uptrend confirmed on Tilray, which would be the first time since way back in November of 2020. So exciting times. If we take a look at the weekly time frame, we're gearing up for a weekly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well, which is very bullish. And on the daily time frame, we just had a weekly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well. Is that a daily bull flag? I didn't draw that out yet, or maybe I did. Here, let me get rid of this. So if we go from our low, generally bull flags are bullish continuation patterns. So you want to see it in an uptrend, but the psychology remains. And yes, it is a daily bull flag to perfection. See, holding the 0.32 fib there at 208. The low is 207, so close enough. So what you do is you take your measured move, you get your trend line, and you go from the low, high of the bounce, moving out to the 0.32 fib there at the low, and it's saying we're targeting about 284. So that would bring us in, within like 55 cents worth of confirming a monthly uptrend. So mark my words, next few months are going to be amazing, and I do believe that rescheduling to Schedule 3 is the most likely scenario. If you scroll down, I posted this article here. DEA officials discuss MJ's scheduling timeline from mjmoment.net. And then an excerpt from that, one of the comments was, he also said it sometimes takes up to 6 months for the DEA to complete its analysis of health officials' recommendations, which is just about how long it has been now since the agency began its current MJ assessment. Words mean things, and there's a reason why they're saying this, because it's been about 6-7 months. And like I said, I think it's going to happen sometime between now and the end of April. Maybe it's a month or two after that. I definitely think it's going to happen in 2024, where we get the announcement that the DA is going to approve Schedule 3 is the most likely scenario and timeline. But I think it's going to happen between now and the end of April. Why do I think between now and the end of April? Because the charts are telling me. Show me the chart, I'll tell you the news. And it's just so funny how the news starts to preach what I've been saying for the last few months, right? Because I'm reading the tea leaves, I'm looking at the chart, and the charts look ready to explode. And what would explode them is rescheduling to Schedule 3. And let's think in the minds of manipulators, right? Let's think in like as whales, as you know, the JP Morgans, the Morgan Stanleys, the Goldman Sachs. Nothing happens without them. What would they want to happen? Well, they would probably want incremental reform. They'd probably want, you know, rescheduling to Schedule 3, remove the stigma. That way they can convince their shareholders, hey, we're going to invest in the MJ space. All right, well, it's no longer on the same list as heroin. That's a pretty good step, right? And then what happens next? Well, probably safe banking. We're hearing that that could pass before the end of the year as well. So imagine if we get rescheduling to Schedule 3 recommendation approved by the DEA, 60-day comment period, sometime between the end of now and the end of 2024 it gets enacted, maybe even in the first half of 2025. We get safe banking right around the same time, uplisting to the NYSE and the NASDAQ. That way the big boys and the big girls, you know, the Goldman Sachs, the JP Morgans, the Morgan Stanleys, the Wall Street banks, the institutions, the puppet masters pulling the puppet strings can buy, right? They can enter into the MSOs. Then we get descheduling, full-blown descheduling, the same that Germany and Canada did effectively to legalize it, right? There's two ways to legalize in the U.S. through removal of the narcotics list, the Controlled Substances Act, or to pass law and legislation through Congress, which probably isn't going to happen. Maybe it does. Congress was the one who put forth the Controlled Substances Act and list and narcotics list. So we'll see. But I think the most likely scenario is rescheduling to Schedule 3. And in this video as well with John Kieber, we go over some of his thoughts on rescheduling. And he's in the U.S. and based out of Seattle, Washington, and gives his thoughts and opinions on reform. What's the most likely scenario? So again, check that out for his thoughts, and an absolute banger of a video and an interview. But I think that's the most likely scenario. Schedule 3, safe banking, uplisting the NYSE and NASDAQ, get the Wall Street banks and corrupt, you know what, positioned, and then we start to see descheduling over the next few years and full-blown legalization that way. Even Elizabeth Warren, a senator in Massachusetts, has said that she believes on the Late Night Show with Stephen Colbert, it's probably going to be descheduled, right? And she said we don't have a functional Congress in the U.S., so more than likely going to get it done that way. We're looking fantastic here in the weekly time frame, well above the 10-week moving average. Blasting off into space is the stochastic and the MACD on the weekly time frame as well, going absolutely parabolic. We're getting very close to the 100 weekly. If we can see 2 to 3, preferably, candle closes over 272 USD on the NASDAQ, that would be basically full-blown bull mode and bull market confirmed. And then the next, we got some runway there until the 200 weekly moving average at 711. And if you go 711, if you go to GTBIF, we're not talking the convenience store. Maybe Tilray will be in a convenience store one day. We'll see. 7-Eleven. We'll see. Keep an eye out for 7-Eleven, folks. Oh, God, that's funny. A rising high tide lifts all boats. I also love that saying, too. Oh, so funny. GTBIF came within like $1, like $2, less than $2 of hitting its 200 weekly. So if one of the leaders in the U.S. space, well, what is probably the leader in the Canadian space going to do? That'd probably put us around $6-7, folks. And I think that would be fair market value right now for Tilray. These prices aren't going to last this way forever. Change your mindset. Time to freaking buy this stock because it is undervalued and it's going to be an absolute behemoth. Not financial advice, and I'll never tell you to buy, sell, or hold, but that's my thoughts and opinions. Also gearing up for another Golden Cross. Not surprising that we saw a Golden Cross last time for the first time in 3 years and then sold off. Gave back the whole HHS recommendation hype. Why? Because we didn't confirm a monthly uptrend. What was this sell-off? The monthly higher low. What is this potential higher high? The monthly uptrend confirming. One final shakeout before the massive breakout. Multi-year bull market, 3-year, 4-year, almost multi-year bear market coming to an end. And I think we're going to be entering a multi-year bull market coming up very, very soon. And MJ could be the best performing sector out of all sectors over the next couple of years, and generational wealth really coming soon. Rest of the EU set to potentially expand as well, as that domino has already started. And then more and more states coming online, Florida, Pennsylvania. There's literally never a more exciting time to be an MJ investor. And I'm just so humble. Love going on this journey with each and every one of you. And as I said, my promise to you as a retail investor, just like each and every one of you, is to be making content and covering this amazing industry and medicine of the future, natural medicine, for as long as I'm on this planet, right? As long as I'm breathing air, I'll be making videos day in, day out. So that will be my commitment to you. You're welcome to visit anytime, Rod. Absolutely. Can't wait. Would love to absolutely go to Texas. Hello, Rod. Hello, hello. Las Vegas, nice. Sin City. I've been way too many times. Told myself I had to take a break from that place. But fantastic spot. Do you think the strength in IWM is helping the strength in MJ? I don't really subscribe to that. No, I mean, I understand where people are coming from. Like, we're talking day traders and whatnot. They're just looking at correlations, but it's called a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If you're looking at things and saying that it's because of this and this, it's like you don't even need to compare it. Like, just look at all the catalysts. Safe banking, uplisting in the NASDAQ, rescheduling, Schedule 3, ultimately going to get descheduled. Florida, Pennsylvania, Ohio, MJ Act here up for review in Canada, excise tax switching from a flat to a percentage, Germany coming online in the first pillar and legalizing removing it from the narcotics list, milligrams in Canada go from 10 to 100 milligram. Like, excuse my French, but screw your technical analysis. I know I do a lot of technical analysis and trend comparison, correlations, but that is enough information for you to want to buy this freaking stock or this space and just wait for 5-10 years, right? Like, you don't need to know anything else. Like, there's really, like, yes, technicals are great and it gives us an edge and we can look at what things are doing, but like that, me saying what those catalysts just were when I probably forgot a couple of them, that should tell you that this space is easily going to 10x, 20x, 30x, 50x, maybe even 100x over the next few years. You don't need to know anything about technicals. All you need to know is that stocks are down 80, 90% from their all-time high plus, and those catalysts that I just said, if you're not raging bull, then you probably shouldn't invest in the space because you're not going to make it anyway. You're going to sell in 100, 200% of upside from now, and then you're going to be kicking yourself saying, oh, I could have made an extra 1,000% or another 50%, right? So just, if you didn't hear it, roll back the video, rewind it a little bit, and listen to those catalysts I just said. And if you're not raging bull, check your pulse, because you're probably there's probably something bigger going on. So yeah, I mean, is there a correlation? Maybe. Like, can we take a look at the monthly time frame here? Not really, because like from all-time highs on IWM, I think that pretty much goes out the window. On all-time highs in IWM are only down 11%. So no. Anybody who tells you this is correlated to IWM is out to lunch. They don't have any idea what they're talking about. Fundamentals say it all, right? I just told you all of the fundamentals. And if you're not getting a raging, you know what, then you're probably female or don't have a pulse. So anyway, got to have fun on a Friday. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I've seen this correlation. I've seen it on TDR. I think maybe Dan from the chart guy said it before, but these people don't really know. Like, they're not like you and I, right? They don't actually follow the space day in, day out. They're there. They cover the space because it gets a lot of view. Like, they cover it when it's popular. TDR does like interviews and things like that. But at the end of the day, they have clients, so they get paid money, right? Like, these customers, these clients, these companies, these MJ producers are their clients. And yeah, he comes from mainstream media as well. So I like TDR, but if you want the most rawest form of retail and true information, I think POW Group is the best MJ community out there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can echo it on this live stream. Let me know in the comment section below if you do believe that. I honestly do believe it. I love each and every one of you. I think we have the best community here on POW Group compared to hands down, compared to any other MJ channel. And as I said, as long as I'm on this earth, I'll be making videos supporting each and every one of you, helping you on this journey, because this is a two-way street. It goes both ways. You guys have all and gals have happened to, just help me along the way, support me along the way. And my tribute to you and my commitment to you is to always be true and to be making videos as long as I'm on this earth, and not just covering the space whenever, the views are getting high now, right? Oh, look, if everybody likes this video enough times, or if the video gets viewed enough times, I'll continue covering the space. No, I will be making videos even when the views are at all-time lows, because that is my commitment to you. I'm a retail investor, and that's when people need the help the frickin' most. Excuse my French, but I get a little worked up about this, because when people say that they only cover this when it gets views and likes, fuck them. Fuck them, because people need the help the most when we're at all-time lows and prices are destroyed 80 to 90%. You come out of the woods when things are going up and the sentiment is good, fuck you. Like, that is just, I think that is absolute horseshit. And I probably shouldn't even be saying this, but let's be honest, anybody who's viewing this video is probably over the age of 18 or 21. But I really, that just grinds my gears, man. And again, I'm just getting real with you guys here today and gals because, yeah, there's too many people incentivized, whether it be monetization, whatever it is, whatever happened to telling the goddamn truth and just being a good person, you know. And if you're only doing this because of views and analytics, screw you, man. Like, screw you, dude. Like, you don't deserve a single subscriber, in my opinion, because that is the exact opposite of what we need in this space. We need people here in the trenches, on the goddamn front line, helping people when people don't need help when the prices are going up, when all-time highs and 52-week highs. They need help at the all-time lows when these stupid financial industry and Wall Street banks and mainstream media is trying to fill you full of propaganda and worry and doubt at the all-time lows, when that should be the time where you're buying, right? History tells us that's the time to buy when it's down 70, 80, 90% plus, right? Amazon dropped 95% in 2001 after the tech bubble. No one cared, right? Now look. So, you know, normally I don't cuss on this channel, but yeah, I see a lot of that lately, and I'm just so fed up with people just only making content because of money or views or whatever. Like, screw you. Like, do it because you are a good damn person. Like, why is it so hard to find genuine, nice, good people these days? Anyway, I digress. Hey, Rod, Tilray, MCGA, make MJ great again. Yeah, absolutely. CGC or Tilray long term? Absolutely Tilray. Hands down. If I could only own one MJ stock, it'd be Tilray for sure. Second would be Cureleaf. If we can pop to 347 plus, I'll be able to exit my position. I mean, everybody's got to do you, and everybody's got to do their own, go their own path. But I won't be selling a single Tilray share until at least $10 USD. And even when we get there, I'll probably only sell 5 or 10% in my short-term account. My long-term account, I have a short-term and long-term. Long-term, I'm not selling until the U.S. legalizes at the federal level, whether it be descheduling or full-blown legislation from Congress. But everybody needs to have their own exit plan. And the fact that you even have an exit plan, you're probably ahead of 80 to 90% of people. So kudos to you, Skilltree Gaming. Can Tilray ever hit $10 again? Absolutely. I would say $100 is in the cards over the next, call it 5 to 10 years, maybe sooner. Tilray, not financial advice, of course. Tilray and XRP will outperform absolutely my two biggest holdings. Tilray, my biggest holding in terms of MJ, and XRP, my biggest holdings in terms of, and then, yeah, this. If you don't know these two things right here. But yeah, I have a lot more dollars invested into XRP than I do Tilray. But yeah, those are definitely my biggest position in MJ and crypto respectively. Tilray will reach $100 USD by 2030. Absolutely. That's probably like way too long too. I'd say by like 2027, hit $100. I have a swing on Tilray 169 average. That's amazing, Jamalosi. That's a great average. You basically hit that double bottom there, right? At 161, 160. So yeah, 8 pennies away, 9 pennies away. Like, you did an amazing job, man. Are you working for Tilray? I wish. Actually, I don't want a job. I don't want to be an employee. But if they wanted me to do some consulting work or maybe like a brand ambassador, I consider that. But no, I've never been paid a single dollar from Tilray. Any idea what caused that big flush on MJ yesterday afternoon, or could it just be that they're trying to hold it back, manipulation? I didn't really see a big flush. I mean, yeah, okay, Tilray or CGC did drop like 20%, but look at that monthly volume. Wow, that's exciting. All-time high record monthly volume. So the all-time high record monthly volume was 211 million and change shares, and we just hit 352 million. And we're gearing up for a monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. So get ready. The next year or two is going to be absolutely legendary. But yeah, in terms of the daily time frame, I had a Power Group private member reach out to me and say, I'm surprised that you think we're going to go back down to like $6-7 mark on CGC when we just hit $10, over $10. Well, 3 days ago, we were at 570. So it's like, yes, we can go from 10 to 5 when 3 days ago we were just at 5. And then we hit 1013 for the high of the day on Thursday, because today's Friday and the markets were closed today. From the high of the day to the low, we were down 20%. So that goes to show you how fast we can drop. And yes, we can absolutely drop down to the 6.5 mark from here, right? We were just at $3, $2 a week ago. Like, yes, we can drop to $5 or $6. And this is why it helps. And you know what? When someone tells me that they don't think it's going to drop to $5 to $6, or, you know, they're like wondering if it's going to go pull back like a sizable amount, you know what the first thing tells me? They probably don't have a long-term account. If, just like me, I sold 3 days ago at 60% profit on a day trade, or a swing trade, sorry, I should say, on CGC. I sold it at 60% worth of gain. If I would have held, it would have been like 120% worth of gain. So I could have squeezed in another 100%, but I don't care because I have a longer term account and I'm not selling it anytime soon. So that helps you fight that FOMO, that fear of missing out, right? And this is like when stocks are down 80, 90, 99% from their all-time highs, this is nothing. For us to go from $2 to $10 and see 270%, 300% worth of upside, that is nothing. When in doubt, zoom out. Look at the monthly time frame, guys and gals. We're still down from the all-time high. From current price levels, we're still down about 98%. Okay, we were just down 99, and people are still wondering if it's too late to get in. We're down 98%. So we go from 99 to 98, and people are wondering, oh, it's too late? Like, again, when in doubt, zoom out, right? So in terms of the daily, we didn't even lose the low of the previous daily candle. So we didn't even start daily consolidation on CGC. On Tillray, we didn't even lose the low. So, like, literally, this pullback is literally nothing. Like, I'll be worried if we lose the previous daily candle, but daily support on Tilray is down at 207, right? And it's a daily bull flag confirming. Once we broke the high there at 246, it was daily bull flag confirmed, and we're targeting about 285 here on this measured move. So hopefully that answers your question. I think I lost my spot in the chat here. Tilray all the way. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great guy. Seems his company is going to be acquired at some point. Yep. Definitely a buyout target, in my opinion, for sure. I think you're referring to Nevis Brands and John Keeper. I'm in Tilray and XLM. Nice. Yeah, I own both of those as well. XLM being my second biggest position in crypto. Will you ever give an analysis on the short interest in Tilray Brands? I don't really pay attention too much, to be honest, with the short interest. I mean, obviously, there's going to be a lot of short interest. That's literally, we're down 99%, right? So the ones who made the most money over the last 3-4 years are the ones that are short. But at the end of the day, they'll just get squeezed out, right? All those catalysts that I mentioned earlier, if you're just joining the stream now or if you didn't hear them, go back or rewatch this. Like, there's so many catalysts. That alone will destroy. Remember all the shorts on Tesla? Remember all the shorts on Tesla? Elon Musk even made a freaking, like, short. He even made shorts. Like shorts, and they sold out within minutes, and then it went like 30x, right? So who cares about the short interest, right? Who cares what mainstream media is saying? Oh, Tesla will never be profitable. They make less cars in a year than Toyota makes in a month. Now they're worth more than all automakers combined, right? And they were saying, oh, they'll never be profitable from a value investing standpoint. Okay, well, did you know that Warren Buffett actually missed Amazon, Apple, Google, Bitcoin? Seems like value investing is only good for well-established markets. So you're telling me that value investing can't project future growth? You're telling me that value investing on a grocery chain probably makes sense, but when you're trying to value a company where, you know, there's parts of the world that for simple possession offer the death penalty, you're going to tell me that it's value investing principles that we have to pay attention to? Come on. Like, you're out to lunch, right? Don't worry about the shorts. Just buy low and sell high. Like, that's all you gotta know in MJ. Obviously not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, but I'm buying low and selling high is what I meant. Notice all the FUD articles lately. They're saying it's a gateway drug. Again, that was a campaign since the 70s, 80s. It's propaganda, man. It's bullshit. These people they have an agenda, and they're just trying to protect the incumbents, right? They're lobbying money, right? The big alcohol, big tobacco, big pharma. So that I used to work for a pharmaceutical company a couple of years ago, and guess what the number one talk of the town was? Oh, how do we get into this MJ space? We got to get a fence around the perimeter. We got to get our license, right? And they were dealing opioids. They were producing opioids, and they're like, we got to get into this CBD thing, this MJ thing, right? There's a reason why. What do you think of High Tide? Absolutely love it. You don't need to comment 3 times, though, Dwayne. I did see it. Just hadn't got to it yet. So, yeah, it's in my portfolio. Check out my MJ portfolio 2024 with percentage update for 2024 with percentage holdings. High Tide's definitely in there. Picks and shovels, right? They don't necessarily produce it, but they're a retailer, large largest in Canada non-franchised retailer, and Ontario doubling its store count from 75 to 150. High Tide going to be a big beneficiary from Pillar 2 in Germany coming in the next year or two. The US, which High Tide will absolutely dominate, bring its Costco value model to market. And yeah, buy High Tide, hold forever is my mentality. I appreciate your work. Wish you the best. Thank you so much, Boris. Wish you all the best as well. Love it when Rod gets mad. Get them, Rod. F them. Yeah. Just when someone says we'll only continue making videos if the analytics show it. Like, screw you, man. You do not deserve to have any MJ following or any following, in my opinion, because that is the absolute most selfish thing anyone could ever say. And there's tons of them, right? There's literally dozens of people that only make content when, and you know what? There's a multitude of reasons. They don't want to, stocks are down 80, 90%. They don't want to look dumb. And then they come in right, and they're like, oh yeah, of course I bought the bottom. I bought the bottom right as things turned around. And my proof of that is I only started making videos when everything started turning around. It's like, okay, well, what about the people who were actually helping us when we needed it the most, when prices were down 80, 90%? Where were you then? Right? F them. Absolutely. Nobody helped me at all-time lows and boosted my confidence except you anyway. You deserve the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Exactly. For sure. Wall Street pumping stocks at all-time high because they need exit liquidity. Retailers. Exactly, right? It's like, it's so easy to spot. Like, the finance world is so convoluted. It's so overwhelming. But when you really, like, peel the onion, it's so simple, right? Do the opposite of the contrarian mindset. Buy low, sell high. I know it's hard, but, if you're not familiar with RSI, Relative Strength Index, put that in your charts. Buy when it's weekly, monthly oversold. If you're confident, right? If you do the due diligence, you're not buying something because you watched a YouTube video. My partner told me that she bought a couple electric vehicle companies because she watched a couple of videos in YouTube. She literally bought it at all-time highs, didn't buy it because she didn't do any due diligence, right? Tilray, I've invested, 1,000 hours, maybe even more, due diligence, knowing that I know this company is going to be the biggest MJ company in the global level, right? I know this. I don't need to watch a video of some guru or some fake guru or some actual guru or some guy on YouTube or some girl on YouTube. I already know because I put in the work. I absolutely know without a shadow of a doubt, right? Zero doubt that Tilray will become one of the biggest companies in the world, if not the biggest. That's all I need to know. I put in the work. Now I know, right? I'll just continue to dollar cost average. So I don't care what mainstream media says. I don't care what any person comes out and says they have 1 million followers. I don't care if they have 1 billion followers. They have the most subscribers on planet Earth, and they say Tilray's a sell. I'll be like, okay, you're short, and you just want cheap Tilray, right? Like, let's call it for what it is, right? Let's call a spade a spade. When Tilray at $10, I would say very possible over the next, call it several months. 200 moving average is at $7. GTBIF just basically hit its 200 weekly moving average. So, yeah, I'd say over the next 2-3 months, probably 6 max, $10 USD Tilray. I think it was profit taking. Yeah, absolutely. Just day traders and whatnot, right? Locking in some profit. Oilers looking good. Yeah, man. Oh, if we win the frickin' Stanley Cup this year, go McDavid. Success will be all the proof you need. Tilray is a monster. Absolutely, Matthew. I agree. I bought Tilray at 150. Calls expire 2026, along with my shares. Still holding my calls. Nice, Chris. That's awesome. I don't dabble into options because I view it more as gambling, and it's hard to predict time. I have yet to find anybody who can predict time, and you got to remember it's puppet masters pulling the puppet strings, so they do it for their own benefit. So, and most often than not, they want you, the retailer, to lose. So, if you're thinking a certain way, if they even delay it by a month or two after your expiry date, it's just so frustrating. And for me, when stocks are down 80, 90+%, 99% from their all-time highs, it removes the guesswork, right? You don't have to guess. You just buy it and hold it, right? Imagine buying calls on Amazon in 2001 when it dropped 95%. Why not just buy the stock and hold it for 10 years, 20 years, right? Way less stress. But yeah, I wish you all the best with your calls and the options. I really do hope, though, that you have a like common shares as well. What do you think about Virginia veto on MJ? I mean, I think it's just political posturing tactics. I mean, Virginia is a pretty big market, but I don't think it's going to be the biggest market. It'll happen eventually, right? If it gets denied now, it'll happen eventually. Same thing with Florida. It's been denied up until now, and there's a very high probability, I'd say 80-90% chance it gets enacted in summer of 2025 where adult use sales goes live. So Virginia, not worried. If it doesn't go through, it'll go through eventually. I don't think politicians should be telling Virginia what's good for them. Nope. I don't think one or two politicians should be telling anybody what's good for them when the majority of their voters, the people that they work for, are telling them majority rules, right? It's a democracy. What is a democracy? The majority. You know, it's silly at the end of the day. Are you using either the AMM rewards on XLM or XRPL? No, I won't be a guinea pig in anything. There's enough, again, just buy and hold. When we're down this much and suppressed for this long, I'll wait a year or two until it's, all the bugs and everything's all sorted out. I don't need to be, there's enough upside with crypto. You don't need to be doing leverage or, in my opinion, staking or anything like that. So, no, I'm just holding at the moment. But absolute major catalyst for sure for the ledgers. This will go parabolic on April 16th. I agree. XLM AMMs are insane. Getting money, doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, passive income, right? Getting yield. What is your thoughts on Jasmine? I don't have any thoughts on that, Matthew. Sorry. We appreciate you. We appreciate you as well. Thank you, Dwayne says. Thank you. And Mr. Munir, yeah, I really do appreciate you as well. Thanks so much for joining the stream and all your contributions. What will Schedule 3 do for Tilray in Canada? Schedule 3 will create hype. If you know Robinhood, you can't buy foreign stocks. So what is on Robinhood? Tilray, Canopy, Sundial, or SNDL, High Tide, right? So until U.S. MSOs are uplisting to the NYSE and the NASDAQ, guess what? In the U.S. names over the last week, only about tens of millions, like $10, $20 million traded in some of the big MSOs. Guess what was traded in the Canadian companies? We're talking almost billions, $500 million to $1 billion. In Tilray in March 2023, one day, $2.2 billion traded and changed hands just on the NASDAQ alone, not factoring in other world exchanges, right? So it'll benefit just from the hype and the publicity. And then not really anything from, but Schedule 3 removes 280E, and guess what Canada is doing? They're working to remove the excise tax from a flat fee to a percentage fee, which would add $70 to $80 million to Tilray's bottom line. Why is that happening around the same time? Puppet masters pulling the puppet strings. That's exactly why that's happening. It's not a coincidence. It would make the stock go up a lot. yeah, for lack of better words. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Rod, for all you do. You're the best. You're the best. No, you. Tilray has over 110 million shares shorted. The shorts are hurting right now. Yeah, it's only going to get worse. Pretty soon, maybe I'll put that on the POW group. Maybe I'll do some Tilray shorts. I got these POW shorts. Maybe we'll do a Tilray one. Oh, I wasn't sharing the screen. So yeah, if you go to powmerch.ca or powgroup.ca, click on merch, or powmerch.ca. Both will take you there. Maybe we'll do some Tilray shorts and follow in Elon's footsteps. Screw you, Tilray shorts. Buy some Tilray shorts. This is awesome. Thanks, you bet. Why April 16th? Because that is again, isn't that funny? Like, again, nothing happens by coincidence. The reason why it's April 16th is because the video I posted on the federal budget release, it's on April 16th. And even Tilray, Erwin Simon, CEO, said that watch April 16th. That could be the day. So, and this is the video here. If you go to videos on the community, or videos on the YouTube channel, scroll down, April 16th, save the date, federal budget. Major changes coming to Canadian excise taxes in April. Save the date. That could be the day. What's Tilray's estimated revenue money from the German medical market? It's like 400 million people in Europe, and then 83 million, I think, in Germany, which is double the population of Canada. So if they're hitting 199 here in Canada, and then their whole business, one could expect maybe $400 million. Double that. Oh, but that's medical. That's not full-blown adult use. So maybe, yeah, somewhere around like 100 million, 200 million, same thing, kind of. How about your interview with some German about legalization in Germany? Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get more interviews on the channel, so I'll try to get that done, Boris. I've recently welcomed our daughter. She's just 2 months old. My partner and I into the world, so life's been hectic. I'm buying a second Airbnb property, my 5th condo in less than 2 years, and life's been busy. So I'll do my best to incorporate more interviews on the channel as soon as possible. Thanks, you bet. Do we need $5 for most big institutions to be able to invest? Yeah, so that is a very good question and statement. Is that, yeah, $5 is generally, you know, the average. But yeah, once, and even Curleaf said it, they just uplisted to the Toronto Stock Exchange, so institutions are just getting interested in their stock. What happens when they uplist in the NYSE and the Nasdaq, right? So there's so much hype, so much capital, dormant capital that's just hasn't. We're able to front run these institutions, right? So Tilray being my number one biggest position in MJ, Cureleaf my second. But yeah, it's only as we get higher in price, you know, the more institutions are going to be investing. And who do you think all retail's been selling to this whole time? The institutions, right? For every seller is a buyer, and if 80 to 90% of retail investors are capitulating and hate MJ stocks, who are they selling it to, right? They're selling it to the institutions. They're just doing it in a very slow, long drawn out process so they don't drag any attention, right? I'm heavy on MSOs as well, but I'm an old former Afria bull holding hundreds of 2025, 2026 Tilray calls in the range of 2, 3, 5, 7, also several 1,000 shares. Well, that's great. Wish you nothing but the best with your options, but great to see that you're holding shares as well. We're all retiring early. Absolutely. I wish you nothing but the best. MSOs, I own MSOs. I own American producers, Canadian producers, retailers in the US and Canada, ETFs in the US and Canada, picks and shovels. All all boats rise together. A rising high tide lifts all boats. I want all MJ to do well. And I want all of you to do well as well. April 16th, the Canadian government could switch from excise tax to a 10% fixed rate. It would be massive for all MJ. Yep, tens of millions of dollars. And as he said in this video, $70 to $80 million additional to Tilray's bottom line. If they make $300 million, they pay about $150 million in excise taxes. Thanks, guys. You bet. Congrats on fatherhood. Thank you so much. Yeah, she's absolutely, she's the sweetest thing ever. So, you know, definitely some sleepless nights and lots of changes, but makes it all worth it when you see that absolute, you know, cherishable smile and face. And even when she cries, she's super cute. So, all right, going to end it there. I love each and every one of you who joined the stream. Can't wait to see the earnings. I'll definitely be covering the earnings. I'll do an earnings review. I'll be joining the earnings call, and I'll be doing an update on that as well. But I hope you have a fantastic Easter, Good Friday, all that good stuff. Rest of your weekend. And it's Rob with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again on the next video. Take care. All right, we're going to do like a credit here. If you stayed on, it's kind of like the Marvel movies or whatever. If you stayed on and didn't exit the stream, you get a little extra bonus. And no tribalism here, even though I'm wearing the tribal jacket. Drop the tribalism, folks. Hope you enjoyed the bonus content. Let me know in the comments below if you stayed on to see that extra bonus content. But just thought of it as about the end of the stream. So all of you who stayed to the very end, you are truly going to make it. So have a great rest of your weekend. Love each and every one of you. Take care.